I see these conversations that's going on about Black women and home ownership, the issues that we have with children out of wedlock in the Black community. And for one, I've spent about 2 years debunking all the unnecessary stereotypes that were placed on Black men in regards to fatherhood. Now our focus needs to be centered around how do we find solutions to combat this children out of wedlock statistical rate that's damning the Black community. And I put together a very thought out live stream because I want to make sure that Black women understand that this is not going to be a live stream where I'm pointing the finger. It's about who needs the most help first. And I've been saying that for about the past 6 months now. And when you look at the statistics, you can see who needs the most help in the Black community. And it's definitely Black women. However, some of that gets masked when we see posts saying that Black women or single women in general own the most homes, and they never tell you the backstory that goes into it, because I know we've seen an uptick of Black women sharing their experiences with being homeowners on TikTok.
Things I wish I knew before I bought my house as a single woman in Houston, Texas.
I'm just here to say that being a homeowner as a single woman is not what's up.
My mortgage is over $2,000. Like, it's not much over, but it's over.
Things that I learned as a female homeowner after living in my home for a month. Invest in a good home security system, and I'm not just talking cameras, get a monitored security system.
There's a lot that the Black community doesn't like to tell you guys, and I think you should be aware prior to going out there and purchasing homes and getting yourself in trouble based off of what the statistics say. And let me be clear, before we even start this live stream, I know there's going to be some Black women who don't watch the full, episode. They're going to say, why is he encouraging us to do this? He must not have the things that we have in regards to education and home ownership. Let me be clear. I own 2 homes in prominent areas, one in Maryland, one in Houston, Texas. And also in regards to education, I hold 4 degrees, one in public health, master's in public health, one in nutritional sciences, 2 associate's degrees, one in public health technology, and one in criminal justice. I'm a 20-year Air Force veteran, retired. So this is not coming from a place of lack. So I just want to be clear for any Black woman that has any critique about this live stream. You are not talking to a brother that's trying to bring you down to my quote unquote level, of a level where I don't have, and I'm trying to make sure that you guys don't have as well. No, I'm trying to make sure you guys succeed and you are well informed with the decisions that you're going to potentially make in the future. And I'm specifically talking to the younger Black women, especially the ones that don't have children already, because I know that a lot of Black women, they're in a position where they see a lot of guys on social media talking about single mothers, and they're already in a place where they have children and they're feeling the effects. And it makes you upset that you see guys talking about this. So I just want to be clear. This is for educational purposes only, because I have yet to see anybody lend a hand, so to speak, and let you guys know exactly what's going on. And if you're new to my platform, I never come, into these conversations trying to harm. It's just simply to educate, especially for the Black community, because it can help us overall as a collective if we get Black women right in regards to those particular areas, education and also home ownership and single motherhood. And we're going to talk about all 3 in the best way possible, the best way that I put it together to show you guys the history, what's happening presently, and moving forward in the future. So if you tuned into this live stream and you thought that I was going to be pointing the finger and going hard, no, it's not that. You guys know me better than that. And the Black women who follow me know me better than that as well. Okay, so I just wanted that to be clear moving forward. So I'm actually excited to do this show because It's actually going to help educate Black women moving forward and understand that nobody is against you. We just want you to make better decisions. And those decisions, they actually start with a simple plan that I created to fix single motherhood issues in the Black community. Stop having children out of wedlock. I know people laughing right now. Yeah, if it was that simple, they would. Is it possible? Yes. But is it probable? No. So what's the solution? Black women need to stop going to college. I know Black women are like, what? You telling us not to go to college? I know the narrative among Black women on social media is that Black men are shaming them for getting a degree because Black men don't want Black women to be better than them. However, this has nothing to do with my reasons for telling you all not to go to college. I've gone on record countless times saying that I encourage Black women to pursue higher education. However, my encouragement and thought process was actually flawed because the examples of Black women that I was thinking of, about 99% of them were in the military. And those women were getting their degrees and they came with no consequences. In other words, no debt, which is the biggest issue that's holding Black women back to the tune of $759 billion, or 43% of the country's $1.7 trillion college debt, as reported by the Center for Economic and Policy Research in 2022. So now do you understand why I said Black women need to stop going to college? Now, you couple that with the 37% of Black women who have their first childbirth between the age of 20 and 24, and also the birth rates for Black women are the highest from ages 25 to 29. That indicates that Black women are having children at the same ages which they may be enrolled or entering the workforce. So in order for this continuous cycle of single motherhood debt to end, get married earlier than the age of 32, which is the average of when Black women experience their first wedding. Or you need to stop having children out of wedlock, which means stronger prevention measures, specifically targeting Black women, needs to be in place. And no, I'm not talking about child deletions because our women currently lead the nation when it comes to that. So I just gave you two solutions. Either get married early or stop having children out of wedlock. The Black community needs to stop blaming the Black children out of wedlock crisis on Black men because you're wasting your time. We already know that 54% of Black men have never fathered children, with only 46% of Black men fathering children, which also includes the kids that they have with other races of women. And let's not also forget that 36% of Black men are married. So a large chunk of the children that Black men are fathering are being born while married. I just want to make that clear for the Black community. In 2019, the Census Bureau reported that 31% of never married Black women were responsible for the majority of the children out of wedlock living arrangements in the Black community. So now you understand why getting married earlier and no children out of wedlock is important for economic success of Black women. Because if you're starting in a financial hole, it's going to be very tough to climb out, which is what we're seeing now. Instead of going to college, pick up a skilled trade. And no, I'm not talking about entrepreneurship. I'm specifically talking about necessary careers such as medical coding or information technology. Picking up these skills will significantly lower your debt from the start and also garner an above average salary, even if you have a child or not. So, in a perfect world, all Black children will be born to a married Black couple. But this world isn't perfect, and nor are our people. So instead of hoping that our women do the right thing, I'd rather implement strategies as somewhat of a just-in-case plan and not fault Black women for simply proving that they're human. And sometimes humans slip up. I get that. But moving forward, don't make single motherhood and children out of wedlock a habit. And I'm saying this for the betterment of you as a Black woman, for Black men, since we marry and procreate with you all the most, and also for the Black community to start truly building generational wealth together so we can stop using it as a buzzword to shame one another. Simple, right? So when I tell Black women to stop going to college is not because of the fact that I don't want you guys to be educated. And let me be clear, 28% of Black women over the age of 25 hold a bachelor's degree. So all this talk about all these Black women earning degrees is absolutely not true. That's a huge problem. And the only way to fix that is what? Pick up a skilled trade. I know we discussed this, and I've discussed this with Black men before. You know about Black men getting skilled trades because that's currently happening. More men are opting out of college because they don't want to take on their debt. And I get that is a smart financial decision. However, I know Black women covet their degrees so much that they see it as a one-up. And I understand it. I would be, you know what I'm saying, a hypocrite to say that it didn't help me on, on the job market. I was actually headhunted into my position. That means some companies that I followed, they saw my profile and they offered me a job on the spot because of the qualifications and the skills that I had on LinkedIn. They asked me if I wanted to interview. I interviewed because it was a job, one of my dream jobs in my specific career field. And I got hired. The job was already mine. I just had to negotiate. And that was all because of my military experience, my work experience, and those degrees. But in regards to financial situations, we have to be more mindful about what's hurting Black women moving forward. And a lot of it has to do with those college degrees and the debt that you guys are picking up. And a majority of Black women are not actually finishing those college degrees because they start in community college and then they try and move forward. They have children and it just makes everything bad. Okay? So I just want to be clear.
I love Black women. I'm Black. I just say fly girl, get her. Go ahead, assassinate.